welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today we have a very exciting video. I'm very excited to do it to the car. I've been waiting on it for a long time, and I hope you guys are excited to watch the video and see the car finally have it done. In my opinion, every single S197 or every single Mustang in general, they all need this. They all need lowering springs. That's right, guys. We are doing lowering springs on Yodi today, and we do also have we also got a BMR adjustable panel hard bar. This you guys need that. If you guys are thinking about lowering your guys' S197, you guys do need an adjustable panel hard bar, because in the rear end, it does, whenever you guys lower the car, one wheel would go over and be tucked into the fender while the other one sticks out more, and you guys don't want that. It makes a really, really bad look. My 2005 actually is a great example of that. My 2005 does not have an adjustable panel hard bar, so one wheel sticks out a little bit more than the other, but we'll have to go out and get one of those for that car fixed, because it's always bothered me. The car's been lowered for maybe even close to a year now, and it is just there's nothing but bothering me all the time. But we got that, and we also got BMR lower control arms for the rear today that we're going to be putting on, just because it does help with the wheel hop a little bit. I've heard a couple things about lowering the car. I've heard good things about lowering the car, and people don't realize the wheel hop, but I just went and said, screw it, might as well do it. If the car is just going to be completely upgraded anyway, so might as well just go out and reduce it, give you guys a true review over a whole new suspension kit. For lowering springs today, instead of doing an Eibach lowering spring, we got the D2 lowering springs. I know these ones are kind of off-brand. These ones are the same ones I got on my 2005, and they've done really, really well on my 2005. I believe the rear end, they drop about 2 inches, and the front, I believe, 1.6. But this is my favorite part about these springs, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. The purple squad is finally here. That is beautiful. Yep, like I said, I do have these on my 2005 V6 Mustang, and it looks really good. The fitment is really, really well, and whenever it settles in a little bit, it does lower the car. There's really, really not. They lower the car a little bit. I can't say it gets much lower, but it fits the car really, really well. And hopefully it does the same thing with this car, but I have a really, really good feeling with this car, and I cannot wait to see it what it's like when it's done. For the adjustable panel hard bar and I'll get these up for you guys. For the lower control arms and the adjustable panel hard bar, we want the same color scheme. Not the same color scheme as the springs. That'd be sweet, but we went with I don't know if you guys can see them. I don't know if you guys can see them here at all. They are gray, dark gray and red. Oh, here you guys go. I just ripped a little bit of it. Red bearings, gray, just to match the color of the car just a little bit. I have decided, sorry, I have decided on the caliper color that I'm going to go with, and the caliper color is going to kind of go into the front, not the front, the interior of the car, and I believe I'm going to try Grabber Blue. I think Grabber Blue with the sterling gray on the car it's just going to be a great match. So we just pulled the car out a little bit, and we're going to get it jacked up, and we're going to start on the rear first, and then we'll flip the car around and do the front. So your boy's stupid. He's very stupid today, and he forgot to bring another jack stand. So I only have one jack stand, one jack, but we're going to try to make it work. We're just going to try to do the rear end, I guess, one side at a time. That's what we had to do last time on my 2005, and it went all right. So that's what we're going to try to. Yeah, I guess that's what we're just going to try to do today. I don't know, but we're going to see how it goes.
Update. So we have a JT setup going on right now. We got the low profile jack holding up the car. We got a jack stand right there just in case. And then for holding the axle, we have just a normal regular jack just hanging down there. But update, we do have the rear sway bar unscrewed, so it's just hanging down there. So next up, we're going to take off these bolts, this one bolt on the shock, and lower the axle, and then we should be able to get the rear spring out. So we just got the spring on. So in order to do this, it's literally the easiest thing you're gonna do. It may seem like you're doing a lot, but you're really not. So this sway bar right here is going to go right here. There's going to be one bolt. You take that out, and then after that, you want to, if you don't have two jack stands, it's fine. Put a jack under here and support it right where the axle is. Support it and jack it up a little bit, and then take this bolt out right here that's holding the shock. And once you got that completely out and got this dangling down, you want to do this on both sides so the whole thing comes out so you can get to the shock. After you get the shock bolt completely out, you're going to want to take that jack and you're going to want to lower it as much as you can, and just as little as you can, to the point where you can get your the spring out. That's the only once you get the spring out, you don't want to lower the jack no more. And then put the spring in, it's just going to slide right out. And make sure, some people do get confused on springs on where the coils get real tight, if that's the top or the bottom. The tight coils are the top, and the spread far apart coils are always on the bottom. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. And then the stock spring will just slide right. It'll just, you lift up and push out, and this one just goes in the same exact way, just the reverse. So yep, we're gonna put this wheel back on and then move on to the other side. The lower control arm for the rear, it's not hard at all to take out either. So it's just this bolt right here. It's just gonna be one. It does have a stop on its own, so you don't need 2 wrenches. You just need this one bolt out, and there's another one right there. It's the same thing. It stops on its own on the other side, so you only need 1 wrench. This side, you do have to access the bolt through here, so you will need to get one of these. You do need a breaker bar. It is a tough bolt to get out, but let's go get a hold of one of the newer control arms, and oh, they're right here. So let's get these bad boys out, and let's take a look at what they look like side to side. So let's do this open real quick. Yep, I was putting on the other side. No, I was actually putting together this side, putting the wheel on, and then I remembered that we still have the whole control arm to put on. So here we are. But this is the new control arm. It is actually it's a lot lighter than the stock control arm, and as you tell, this one, it looks more durable. This is supposed to reduce almost all the wheel hop that you can get. But yep, we're going to start putting this on. And right here, I forgot to mention this brake line right here. So this part that goes right here, this goes underneath this right here. There's a little tab you just pull out, and it tightens it, and it'll, once you pull it out, it'll come out. And then this part, this top part right here, you will take it all the way around and put it right here. You put them right here, and then you are good to go. But the scary part is you do have to take off your emergency, you do have to take off your e-brake. You do have to you don't take it off, but you can't have your e-brake on right there because it won't work. So it is kind of scary. Just make sure you guys are on flat ground, and you guys do have some wheel stops in on the wheels, and that will make your guys' life so much easier. So we will be right back once I get this new control arm on. Alright guys, so we just got the back completely done, and just by standing behind the car, you can already tell that the car is much lower than what it was before. And if you look at the wheel, that is a good, perfect fitment. That is a perfect fitment right there, guys. We do not have the we don't have the adjustable panhard bar installed yet. We're doing that after we get the rest of the springs on. But as of right now, it doesn't look too bad. I can tell this side right here it's a little tucked in a little bit more compared to this side. Yeah, as you can see, you guys can see it a little. Both of them are still tucked in. We can definitely get some wheel spacers, which we'll have the. So this side, it's a little tucked in. So we're gonna get the adjustable panhard bar and do that. We're gonna get some wheel spacers too, and then now it is time to do the front. So the first thing we're gonna start with is we're going to jack the car up, take the wheel off, and then we're going to take each one of these off. These are all torqued down to 20 foot-pounds. So whenever you guys put them back on, make sure you guys tighten them all to 20 foot-pounds of torque. If you guys do it too tight, I've done it before, you guys will snap this bolt. You do not want to snap that bolt. So just make sure you guys tighten them down to 20 foot-pounds of torque, and then let's get started on the front lowering springs. Alright guys, so what you guys are going to want to do after you guys get these a little loose, don't take them all the way off yet. What I do is I take a Sharpie and color the top one black, and then put a little line so it matches, so it goes there. So this right here, it needs to be in the center so the camber is correct, so it's easier for the alignment shop to get a better alignment. And then on the bottom, to get the shock out, you're going to want to take this bolt out. This back here, you're going to want to take this one out. This is a 11 millimeter. It just holds the brake line in place, so just make sure you put that back. This one, that one might look like a 17, 18. And then you're going to want to take this bolt out and this bolt out. What makes it easier is if you guys get in the car and you guys turn the wheel a little bit, then it'll be a lot easier, and you guys can actually just use the impact and get it done in 3 seconds. So once we get those out, I'll catch back up to you guys. Guys, I completely forgot where we left off, but so I'm completely finished with one side and getting close to finishing up with this side. But you're gonna want to get on for the front struts. You're gonna want to go to AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts. They do rent these out for like 56 bucks or something for the day. Or actually, you get to have them for like 90 days. But they're called spring compressors. And what they'll do is they will go around the spring they'll go around the springs and compress them, so you can end up getting these camber plates off. The first one gave me a lot of trouble. It just ended up busting apart. Nothing works, so we ended up replacing it with one of our new ones, or one of the ones we had left. But this one didn't give me any problems, so we're just gonna put this back on. So there's this bolt, and then there's a bolt that goes over this. What I did was I didn't tighten the springs all the way down, tighten down enough to where it still gave the camber plate, it still gave it force pushing up, so that way it would hold it, and you didn't have to do anything with this bolt. You can just loosen up the big bolt. I believe it's a 21 millimeter bolt. So don't push down the springs. Don't tense the spring down all the way. Don't compress it down all the way. Compress it just enough to where it gives enough pressure to where it holds the camber plate and it holds this rod, so it doesn't keep spinning, and you have to end up actually getting a wrench and a whole bunch of stuff to get this to stay. But I just used the spring's force in my own power, so thank God we're almost done with this one. But yep, so I will catch back up with you guys whenever I install this, and we should be finished. Guys, it is currently the next day, and we did end up finishing putting on all the lowering springs for the car, and it looks perfect. It looks beautiful.
The fitment is just perfect. Here's the rear. As you guys remember, there was a huge gap, and now I can't even, it's only literally one finger, and that's it. We have an appointment to go get the car's new alignment on Tuesday. And then Tuesday I believe we should have our tune, so we can install the JLT intake and get the tune for 93, and then I'm thinking about tinting the headlights. I don't know. I'm worried about that just because the light input, the light output. I'm sorry. It's going to be different. It's not going to be nearly as bright. Or should I just take apart the housing and paint the whole housing black and get all the chrome pieces out? I might thinking about doing that. I'm gonna try tinting and see if I like it first. But if not, then it is what it is. Tint is really cheap, so it's not a big deal. But I'm going to get in the car here in a little bit and give you guys a review on what I think about the lowering springs. As of right now, I did drive it around a little bit last night after I got it on. I had to drive out to some family. We were having a cookout last night. For some reason, it just got real nice this weekend. It's in the 70s, and it's been in the 70s this weekend. So I drove out to some family last night with the car, and it drove perfectly. I didn't have a problem. There was no weird rattling noises with the exhaust, or it didn't scrape at all. The car felt really good handling bumps and everything. So stay tuned for the review, and we'll get right into that. So my initial thoughts and final thoughts on the D2 lowering springs and the BMR lower control arms for the rear and the BMR adjustable panhard bar. I have no complaints at all. All these components put together are amazing. I know some people say that BMR springs with the BMR low control arms and everything is better, but I didn't like the ride height after. I just didn't think it looked as good as D2, as dropping the car 2 inches in the rear and 1/6 in the front. But I have no complaints on the setup that I have going on right now. It takes bumps, railroad tracks, everything you guys usually go across daily. It feels like it's kind of stock. It is a little bit more rough. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit more rough, but that's a given. You guys are lowering your car, making the center of gravity, well, more. So it's going to be a little bit more rough. It's going to feel like what the car is supposed to feel like. In my eyes, this is how a S197 Mustang, or any Mustang, should feel like. It's perfect. It's the way you sit back and you think how a Mustang should be for being a sports car like this. I would show you guys on the outside of the car, but it is currently downpouring. But it looks very good. I know there are some clips that I included to the video that they do have that shows the wheel gap and everything, and it looks perfect. I love D2 springs. I have them on my 2005, and now I have them on my 2014, and I've never had any problem with them. So if you guys are looking for some lowering springs, make sure you guys, D2 it's a kind of an off-brand company, so some people may be a little weird about it, but I promise you guys will not regret D2 springs. So if you guys need to get your guys' car lowered, D2 is really good for that. So if you guys like this video, make sure to comment and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'd love to see you guys next time. So with no further ado,